A Reaching Hand is a charity that believes that the only way out of poverty is through access to nutrition, education, and employment. It is a charitable organization based in Cape Town, South Africa, and is reliant on the support and donations made by individuals and companies. By donating to A Reaching Hand, you directly support the upliftment of children, youth, single mothers and families that are struggling for day-to-day survival in some of South Africa's most impoverished areas. A Reaching Hand was founded in 2010 by Karen Hall, who dedicates all her free time to managing the organization and being the driving force that gives people hope every day.
When I moved here from Sweden, I saw the tremendous need out there, especially among children and youth, and my heart and energy just had the need to reach out and do what I could do. We've found a foundation working on a grassroots level to really help and follow up on these kids and youth for as long as needed. We provide food for a creche that we run who caters for about 80 children. We also provide EPUP for various schools around the Cape and Eastern Cape.
I'm the project manager of A Reaching Hand, which means that I take care of all our projects in the townships within Cape Town.
The reason why we started this EduCare, I saw the children that were playing in a big pen that we used to drop our dirty stuffs. Then it's where we open the Umingo Napakade EduCare so that we can keep them in a safe place.
This EduCare helped me a lot of things because I keep my child here and I know it's protected. And I know my child, after sending my child to the Mingona Pakadi, I just saw a difference.
So we're at a clinic in Scottsdene where people come regularly to collect their ARVs, and because they have to have something to eat with their medication, A Reaching Hand has started to support a soup kitchen here that feeds the people when they come for their medication. On average, we feed over 1,000 people a month. These are also people who are very often forgotten. They are actually the grandmothers who are taking care of their grandchildren because these grandchildren either have one or both parents who have died of AIDS. When A Reaching Hand started, one of the first women that we identified as someone that we would love to help was Victoria. And when we met Victoria, Victoria was living in a shack in Khayelitsha in Site B. Khayelitsha is one of the largest townships and squatter areas close to Cape Town in the Western Cape. And Victoria lived in this shack for 17 years before she was able to move out of that shack into a nicer area. Victoria is still a beneficiary of ours. She has taken care of many children that have passed through her doors.
When the Reaching Hand was supporting me, I was looking after 15 kids, and it was not easy for me because I'm a single parent. The parents died, so they're depending on my shoulders. I have 2 children in university. They are being sponsored by Reaching Hand.
We have sponsors who kindly help older youth so that they can deepen their studies, go on to college, university.
My name is Precious Ngunze. Now I'm 35 years old. I used to work as a domestic worker. Then in 2003, I got married. I've got 2 children, Queen and Aluve. And then after 2 years, their father left us. So I ended up being a single mother. And then in 2012, Reaching Hand approached me about going back to school. I was having any idea of going back to school because of money. I started school. Okay, I'm doing Bachelor of Education at the University of South Africa, UNISA, and this is my final year. My 2 children that I have been supported by Reaching Hand. school fees and transport, uniform and everything.
Because today I say to you, stand up and say enough is enough.
Art classes means to me more than anything because it keeps us out of the streets, away from gangsterism, and plus Auntie Beth, she teaches how to do art. So when we grown up, we know how to do art. I want to be just like Auntie Beth, help the children and always be kind.
By recognizing the human face of poverty, we are able to provide the necessary support with compassion as we work relentlessly towards making a difference in the many lives we touch.